Hello, welcome back to A Boring Revolution, your number one news source for everything in regards to the Boring Company. I'm back to you with a nice little episode today. A little tidbit of information has come through. I actually found out about this yesterday, but was rather busy, so couldn't really talk about it. But it looks like the Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority, the exact same company that is funding the Boring Company's venture in Las Vegas, has decided to rescue the monorail system that runs past the convention centre. Now, at first glance, that might not seem like anything really that relevant to the Boring Company, other than maybe they are looking to establish themselves in the mass transit area in the city. But there is some very, very key information in regards to the monorail that, when acquired, would allow the Boring Company to expand. And I'll go into detail on this in a moment. But first of all, let's have a look and see what is actually going to happen and what has actually happened. So as you're aware, the entire world has been hit by this incredibly disruptive pandemic. This has caused a lot of pressure on a lot of mass transit systems, including in the USA and especially here in the UK, really big problems. But in Las Vegas, the monorail system, which was already running a very, very small gross margin, has basically absolutely capitulated, very, very close to going under, and an opportunity arose, as it were. So our good friend Steve Hill, the opportunist that he is and a very smart man, the more I hear Steve Hill speak, the more I think this guy is extremely high intellect. Really does say a lot of very, very good things. He's very forward thinking. You can tell that he is a very thoughtful person and is always looking for opportunities and means to improve his power position in this organisation. So Las Vegas Convention Center and Visitor Authority has agreed a deal to buy the monorail transit system along the resort corridor. Tuesday's action by the authority's board gave its president and CEO Steve Hill the power to execute a purchase agreement with the Las Vegas Monorail Co. not to exceed $24.29 million, which is an absolute bargain. I mean, that is like going out and buying a house for £50,000. That is like, when you consider the cost of it and also its turnover, that is just what incredible. And it's probably going to be less than that because basically here the authority would join Monorail Co. as part of what is commonly called a pre-packaged bankruptcy. Now, I'm not fully aware of the law in the USA, but in the UK it's very different. But from my understanding and reading various articles, they're basically saying, hey, look, this company's going to go under, we can save them, we've got this proposal and this is how it's going to work its way out, and we can save this system rather than it going to waste. So it's likely the Monorail Co. would go to auction. So I mean, this could go for absolute peanuts unless someone else comes in and really throws down a lot of money. But at this current moment in time, and the fact that the monorail really isn't the greatest use of money when you think of other things that you could invest in, and it's a system that has really struggled over the last 10 years. I suspect that there may be only one other person that tries to bid on this. So they'll probably get maybe under 20 million, who knows, but we'll have to see. So we would basically accompany the Monorail Co. to the bankruptcy court. We would offer this solution to the court. The court would certainly have discretion on how it would respond to our offer. In an email statement, Monorail President Ingrid Reisman confirmed that the company will seek the bankruptcy option. So let's learn a little bit about the monorail. So Las Vegas Monorail, which opened in 2004, cost $654 million for just 4.4 miles, and it uses the same technology that was in the Walt Disney World monorail, which I didn't know. Why is this important? You're probably thinking, well, why are we talking about this? Well, it's all well and good, the monorail and Las Vegas Convention Center, but where does the Boring Company come into this? Well, I think it's down here. So basically, the monorail has a monopoly on transport options on the strip. So they are the only people that can offer large-scale mass transit systems on the strip. They have kind of got the legal authority to do that, and no one else can come in and compete with them. Now that is obviously a big problem for the Boring Company. Steve Hill has noticed that. I imagine that Elon Musk and Steve Davis as well all are aware of this, and this opportunity to purchase the system will allow the Boring Company to expand into the strip. So that roadblock, which it wasn't a huge roadblock, but it was certainly there. It was going to cause a few issues. It might have involved some outgoings of payments to rectify the situation. So the fact that that has gone, that is really good. It does mention it somewhere. Hill said he believed they would operate the system. One of the key factors in acquiring the system is to enable the elimination of a monorail non-compete agreement that has the potential of slowing development of a city-wide underground transportation system envisioned by the Boring Company. So what in the Jesus is that? A non-compete agreement? That is the most Marxist statement contract I've ever seen. Monopolistic. It just, I can't believe that in this day and age people are signing things like that, because basically you're crippling yourself by forcing everyone to use the monorail and not allowing other people to come in. I don't know how stringent that was. Maybe it has a sunset clause, I don't know, but anyway, that's the key bits. So yeah, so we read that. So that's kind of what's happened. So there was a vote on it yesterday, 12-1. The mayor of Las Vegas voted against it, which is a shame, but I'm sure she'll come on board once they see what's going to happen. Yeah, so basically the system needs new carriages and needs new trains at some point. So in the long term, it is going to be costly to keep it up and running, but the fact that 650 million has been spent on it, you know, it would be a terrible waste if it was just left to basically end, and all that infrastructure was just left dead. It makes sense that someone tries to operate a system, maybe increases fares, maybe it could work in conjunction with the Boring Company, who knows. But the purchase of Las Vegas Monorail could be first move in reimagining transport in Southern Nevada. This is the best article. This is from the Las Vegas Sun. Came as a great surprise last month when Steve, head of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority, unexpectedly announced that the Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority was exploring purchasing the Las Vegas Monorail. An important thing that I was down here, but the criticism is short-sighted. By purchasing the monorail, not only would the Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority maintain it as an option for convention goers and other visitors, but the sale would terminate a non-compete clause that gives the monorail exclusivity on the strip. Getting the non-compete out of the way would make it easier to purchase other opportunities, including new public transport such as light rail system that could connect the strip to McCarran International Airport. Well, obviously, really, they're talking about the Boring Company. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, if people want to build it, hell, go for it. Some critics say the Boring Company system fundamental currently limited to Las Vegas Convention will make the monorail obsolete. It absolutely will, but that doesn't mean they should pull it down. They could operate it for, you know, very like basically at a loss to get tourists in and around Las Vegas. That would make it very useful. That's doubtful. While the underground system has plans to expand, it's unclear as to what extent that can happen due to the complexities of tunnelling underdeveloped properties. Well, technically, a lot of it will not be underdeveloped properties. That will be along the actual right-of-way, so the actual roadways. And the actual casinos will come on board because it will actually benefit everyone to have links to their casino, to have ramps coming up near their casino, and have parking areas and underground lots connected. So it's not like we're going to have people blocking it and blocking the entire system. That's not what's going to happen. Everyone is going to benefit from this. Everyone is going to get extra customers, and everyone is going to benefit from less air pollution and less congestion. So this is a really fantastic thing that's happened. I'm really glad that they have purchased the monorail. I hope that they don't just close the monorail. I hope that they maybe try and develop it and turn it into something that's a bit more of a ride for tourists rather than a mass transit system. Something that's interesting. Maybe ramp up the ticket prices by around 30%. That surely would make it a bit more profitable. But yeah, so that's the news basically. There's some other good things going on as well. So yeah, this is on my Twitter feed. So I posted this video here from Cheddar. Really good video about monorails and why they fail. Like I say here, it's all about the scale. There's lots and lots. For every sort of 3 really good monorail systems that are in Asia, there are 4 really sort of awful loss-making systems in Europe or North America or South America. So it swings and roundabouts, but the fact is monorail needs scale to work, and in Las Vegas it doesn't have scale. So very, very good progress today and last week in general in Vegas. Really good progress here near Station 1. As you can see, our hardcore has gone in, the base for our ramp. It looks like there's going to be a concrete pour very, very soon. As you can see, our steel props have begun to be removed, which tells me that they are soon going to be covering this area here. There's been 2 excavations either side of these secant piles. The actual soldier piles have been exposed now. So work is progressing very nicely here. It would be good if we could have a look at Station 1, but it's off camera. At Station 2, they've basically finished a major concrete pour to the base of the excavation. So that's done. All the concrete road decks to the tunnels have been completed as well. So all the major structural works at Las Vegas have been done, other than these concrete planks, which are soon to be installed here. Again, they've excavated around the perimeter of this station, which will probably result in a large concrete pour in and around these planks once they are fully installed, and that will ensure we have no movement. And then obviously they'll build up the layers on top of that for the road and the actual parking lot itself. At Station 3, really good progress. As you can see down here, the car park has been fully tarmacked. That's gone down. The actual roadways for coming into site at the new part of the convention centre, they've been set out and the base layer has gone down. We're going to start to see the actual steel frame for the station is going to start being installed very, very soon. And here was last week's progress, as you can see, compared to today. Really, really good. So everything is going swimmingly well for the Boring Company, for the Las Vegas Convention Center. What's next? What's going to happen very soon? Well, as you can see here, this is where we are. And we're going to be extending ourselves down the strip. Let's zoom in a bit. So as you can see, there are 2 casinos here. There's Resorts World and the Wynn. And the actual tunnel for the Wynn is going to deviate from the plan that's shown here. But very, very soon, in the near future, we're going to see connections to Treasure Island, the Venetian, Caesar's Palace, Bellagio, Planet Hollywood, Excalibur, and then down to the main airport there. So thanks to the purchase of the monorail, that removes a major roadblock. It's happening. We should be extremely happy with all the things that have happened this year on this project, despite this huge pandemic. Really, when you consider how difficult things have been, the progress has been exemplary, and really, really should be crediting everyone that's working on that project, including the main sort of project management, construction management teams that are running the Boring Company job, and Steve Davis as well should get a lot of credit. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed the news. There's more videos coming very, very soon, and I'm going to be talking about the throughput of the Boring Company system and why all the criticism in regards to the throughput is totally and blatantly false. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Join us on Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. And please don't be boring. See you on the next video. Goodbye.
Wow! Oh, baby, a triple! Oh!